Hello, welcome to the
Hello,
podcast. We are your hosts, Adam and
Jakey Roodly Doo.
Jakey Brutally Do today. Um, and this is the podcast, which is called.
The Everything and More Etc. podcast. And at the beginning of the podcast, Dad told me not to laugh maniacally, so you know what that means.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone appreciates that.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciates the fact that you didn't listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, today's episode is Voltron, legendary defender of the universe. Some universes are being
Defended.
defended. Yeah, definitely. So, Voltron is one of those series that did have a lot of reboots, but we focused on the main shows from the first two seasons, and then the most famous reboot that had 8 seasons, and that was not Legendary. Yeah, called Legendary Defender. Exactly. So, you're supposed to be playing with the microphone so you have something to play with.
Ooh.
Not like, loud things. So, I promised Jake when we were watching that I would tell him a bunch of secrets about why
Ooh.
Voltron is the way that it is. But,
It is what it is.
yeah. But before we begin, before we begin, what are your initial thoughts about Voltron?
Voltron. They can hear it.
Yeah, they can hear it. Yeah, what are your initial thoughts about Voltron?
I was pretty bored in the original part. Well, I wasn't bored in the reboot, but it was too long.
I mean, he paid attention to the reboot, which was about 3 times as long as an episode in the original series. It's just his friend wanted to play Minecraft with him, so that was a bit distracting. But you did pay attention before that. Yeah, so I have to say, I don't know why, but Voltron was like the. Don't do that.
I mean, you can do it.
I mean, maybe don't,
Okay.
because you'll like break that part.
Yeah. Probably
He's
a good
taking
idea.
taking apart very expensive microphones.
Nothing.
It
You
is
have.
very expensive.
They can be open because sometimes you need to clean them. So this is a function of the microphone.
Yeah, but do you need to clean the microphone in the middle of my thought about how I feel about Voltron?
No.
Okay. So I really like Voltron. I liked Voltron when I was a kid. It was like my favorite cartoon, honestly. And the toys were so cool because they had like these, metal lions you could put together to form Voltron, and the robot was like this. But of course, it was way too expensive for
I
me
don't know if.
and my family.
I don't know if the podcast people know what like this means.
Big. I don't know. How big would that be? Like, how many centimeters? Like
1, 2,
maybe
3,
like 40
4,
centimeters, something like that.
5, 6.
And the Voltron robot looked really cool. Still looks cool. It's an awesome looking robot for sure. And it's like
For sure.
it's about lions, robotic lions that go into space.
They do.
How can you not get, like, what's better than that? Probably robots that change into cars that fly in space. That's probably better. But actually, I think Transformers was more popular, but like for the 2 years, the first year, Voltron was like the most popular thing ever. All the kids were watching it. It was awesome. But yeah, looking back at it today, there are big problems with the original Voltron series, and I can tell you why. So, how do you think they were created?
Hand-drawn animation.
Sure, but maybe a little bit more detail?
I don't know. I didn't research it.
Well, how do you think cartoons are generally created?
Well, they're drawn and then they're voice acted, or the other way around.
So they're voice acted and then they're drawn.
Or drawn and then voice acted.
Yeah. So before that, what happens? What do you need when you're making a show?
You need a premise. You need storyboards. You need writers. You need ideas. You need,
Yeah.
I don't know, you're just like, what do you need to make a
Script. I was thinking
you're
about
trying.
a script, yeah. But I mean, everything you said is true. And so the reason the original Voltron series seems so weird today, and there's like a lot of narration, I'm going to tell you now. So there was this guy named Ted Koplar, and he worked for a company called World Events Production. And when they started the company, they thought that they were going to do live news. So that's why it was called like World Events. And they had like a live news program in the 60s. And they put on some like kickboxing live events. And it was not very successful. So they were thinking about like, what could they do? And this guy got invited to some kind of event where Japanese companies were trying to sell their animation.
I'm gonna put it closer.
Don't put it closer.
Why not?
Because we're talking like this and our voices are
You're
going like
talking
this.
like this. My voice isn't going anywhere.
Your voice is going there. If we put it here, it will be closer to me. Here, it's closer to both of us. This is the sound when I'm right.
No.
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 In the middle of my story, too. So he gets in. This is very interesting. He gets invited to this kind of like, when companies are trying to sell their products, but for Japanese animation. And this is really unusual because at the time, Japanese animation wasn't very popular on American television. So he's like walking around and he gets this idea. He's like, hey, we can take these Japanese, we can take these Japanese series and we can make one big show and we can like sell it because, we don't even need to like translate the story very much. We can just use the original animation and we can create our own story. So he was walking around and he talked to his business partners, and his business partners were like, yeah, that's a great idea. We'll make a show. We'll call it Voltron. Voltron is like a great idea for a name. And I think they wanted to call it something else, actually. I forgot exactly what it was. But anyway, so the two series so he had this idea to have 3 seasons of this show because at the time when you sold television shows to television stations, if you had like 65 episodes, they could go into syndication. So you probably don't know what syndication is. Do you know what that is?
No.
So way before streaming television, you would watch shows when they first came out, like week after week after week. And Jake asked me today, like, how would people catch up on all of the episodes that they missed? So what would happen after these shows were premiered, if they had gathered enough of them, they would go into syndication and they would be in reruns. So when you were watching Voltron, you were probably watching reruns of Voltron, for 5 years, 6 years, 10 years after it originally aired. So this was the guy's plan. He was going to buy like 3 different series from this Japanese company, which was Toei Animation, very famous. animation company. I think that they were connected in some way to Thundercats and Transformers as well.
Thundercats are on the move.
So-
Thundercats are loose. Meow.
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 Meow. So he one of these animes that he liked was called Armored Fleet Diaruger XV. Another one was some kind of anime with lion robots. And I forgot what the other third one is, but he wanted 3 of them. And so his idea was there was going to be this Americanized version of these Japanese shows with 3 different seasons, and they would be called Voltron collectively. So he went to the Japanese company and he said, I want these 3 series. And he said, oh, I want the lion one, the one with the robot lions. And so the Toei Animation, they sent him a series called Beast King Go Lion.
Beast King Go Lion.
Yeah. And that wasn't the one that he asked for, actually. It was much better. So they started writing.
Is Beast King Go Lion an actual show that you can watch?
Yes.
And it has Voltron animation in it?
Yeah, Voltron is that animation.
Yeah.
So it's more like Voltron is created from that, yeah. So they sent the animation, and this is the crazy part. Like the whole thing's... Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm too excited. That's why the spit thing is there.
For spit, I thought it was for better mic quality.
Pop, it's like a pop filter actually. And to protect the mic from moisture. So yeah, I got distracted because I spat on him.
Yeah.
We should have masks. What was I saying? Oh, now he's brushing his hair. Yeah, so that's the crazy part. So the crazy part is he has this idea to create these Voltrons. So the Lion Force Voltron, the first one that aired, is actually Voltron 3 because they're in the far universe. Vehicle Force Voltron, which is in season 2, is Voltron 1 because they're in the near universe, and then they wanted to have one in between, but they didn't get that far. And I'll tell you why in a moment. So yeah, they got all of these Japanese shows from this Toei Animation, and it wasn't translated. So they had no idea the stories of these series. So they just invented this story in English, and then they cut out all of the really violent stuff.
There's really violent stuff somewhere.
Well, I mean, they kept in some things like the planet where Voltron is located gets devastated by a nuclear war. And then that's why there's scenes that repeat because they just edited it so it would fit the story they were telling.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
because they didn't reuse animation. They did, but it's basically a parody of this one show. Not a parody, but completely reused all of their animation. But they can because they bought it.
Yeah, they bought it, and the Japanese were completely okay with that because also the original series, this Beast King Go Lion, wasn't popular in Japan at all. So it was basically a flop. So they sent it to the United States, and this guy is I will just make it this story about the robot. And yeah, so in the original series, you remember this weird thing where they had this goddess?
Yeah.
And Voltron is split into 5 lions.
Yeah.
by this goddess, and in
It's
this
not a goddess, it's a witch that pretends to be a beautiful goddess, and she rules.
Oh, yeah. Right. So the main villain of Voltron is a guy named Zarkon, and he has this witch Hagar, and there's like great scenes of them, which they use a lot, of the witch cackling, and then her cat going ah, and like evil cat and like evil eyes and stuff. He kind of liked that.
Because the cat was laughing, I think.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Okay. Gonna have to edit that out.
no!
Look.
Don't you dare edit that out.
Look how loud that is.
I know, that's the point.
No, I mean, you're gonna give people ear cancer.
You can't give cancer to people.
Why not? Yes, you can.
The best I can do is tinnitus.
Tonight, the best I can do is tinnitus. If we have shirts, that should be on the shirt. So, anyway, in the American version, I don't know why I'm saying American version, because Voltron is the American thing that they created from this. It's kind of like one of those, I don't know if you had to do this in school, where you have like a bunch of magazines and you have to cut out everything and try and make like a picture or a story with the pictures from the magazines. Did you ever have to do that?
No, I don't think so.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Voltron is kind of like that. So the scene with the witch pretending to be a goddess and breaking Voltron apart, in the original Japanese series, what happens is Voltron becomes arrogant and he's punished. And as punishment, he's broken apart into 5 different lions.
Oh, it's punishment.
Yeah.
It's not a evil goddess that.
Yeah.
It's not a goddess, it's a witch.
Yeah. So like all of this stuff about, you know, like the original Japanese was much more for adults than for children. However, Voltron also begins with a genocide. So it's the second. So there's of the
There's 3 that have genocide, I think.
There's 3 that have genocide generally. 2 begin with genocide, and 1 ends with omnicide, right?
Yeah, so there's no genocide. There's just omnicide. No, I guess there's also genocide. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's genocide and omnicide.
Yeah.
Because there's racism.
Yeah, because her
Because-
family kills the trolls or monsters, we're referring to Star versus the forces of evil. Yeah, so I don't even think we talked about the story of Voltron. So
No.
could you try and summarize the story of Voltron?
There was a robot. He was Voltron. He was defender of the universe, and he defended the universe. And then he got broken into pieces, and that all fell into the same planet. And then there was a group of people that got the robots, and now they can form Voltron. And yeah, and now they're Voltron. They can go into the robot separately and... Oh, you can see what I'm doing with my hands, right?
He was mocking me, my hand
What?
gestures.
I wasn't. No, I wasn't.
So he was doing the hand gestures of forming Voltron.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's 5 robotic lions and they form Voltron. And in the original series, the first season, they are fighting against Zarkon and his witch Hagar and the cackling cat. Yeah, and I think that you could only do this cartoon when people didn't have any other choice as to what to watch, because like when it starts, it's basically like 10 minutes of narration and you don't see any of the characters. It's just these 2 characters going like, oh yes, this is what is happening. Arlura, or whatever the planet's called, is being invaded by Zarkon. Oh no, that's bad. Zarkon is a bad guy. And then they attempt.
What? There's no narration.
Yeah, in the beginning, it's those. They're not narrating, but they're talking to each other. But you don't see the characters because this is all the American writing. They're all like creating this story with the images that they have, and they don't really understand the original story.
Yeah.
So they're just creating everything. Yeah. So the Lion Force Voltron was only one season because, as I said, it wasn't successful in Japan. So they planned to do the Vehicle Force Voltron, but people really didn't like that. And I remember Lion Force Voltron. I really loved the scenes where they were going into lions and forming Voltron. Really awesome. But I realized today when we were watching one episode of Vehicle Force Voltron that I also remember that, so I must have watched it. But it looks so dumb. The mecha thing for Vehicle Force Voltron. He thinks they look the same, but they don't look the same.
They look really similar.
Yeah, in that they're giant mecha robots, but Lion Force Voltron looks awesome. He is a giant robot made out of lions. How's that not? So, what would you prefer? A giant robot made out of lions or a giant robot made out of 25 random cars?
I don't know. I would prefer ice cream.
Oh, wait. If I could give you... They also made like a Lego version of Voltron, Lion Voltron. And that's awesome too.
You have to build separate lions and then you have to connect them.
I don't know how that works. But it looks awesome. But like, if I could give you those two toys, because I think they did make like Vehicle Force Voltron toy and Lion Force Voltron toy, which one would you want?
Ice cream.
You can tell you didn't grow up in the 80s.
Ice cream's pretty good, what can I say?
I mean, yeah, it's good, but it's no Voltron.
What?
Yeah, Voltron is better than ice cream.
What?
It's 5 robot space lions that form a giant mecha guy with a sword.
You would rather get a destruction machine that you couldn't use for anything except destruction. I don't know if you want to destroy the entire city of Poland. We're not in Poland, by the way. We're gaslighting you.
The city of Poland. Yeah, maybe there is some city somewhere called Poland, and that's where we are.
No, we aren't. We're gaslighting them, Dad.
No, I didn't mean the actual Voltron. Although, come on. Like, are you telling me if you could have the actual Voltron, you would prefer ice cream? I was thinking toys, but you would prefer ice cream to the actual Voltron? I think, though, if you had the actual Voltron...
What would I do? I could either do nothing, destroy everything, sell it to the government, who will then use it for mass destruction, or I could just ignore it and get ice cream.
You could fly in space. You and 4 of your closest friends could fly together in space and have, of course, you'd probably have to save the universe and stuff, defender of the universe and stuff. But you could form a giant robot with 4 of your closest friends. Like your sister, some other person.
You?
Me? I think I'd be a little bit too old for that group, but yeah, I definitely
would be the leader.
Oh no.
You would be the Black Lion.
Yeah, Black Lion, best lion, definitely.
He's the head, right?
Yeah, he's the head and the chest. Yeah, so I would choose the toy over ice cream, and I definitely would choose the real Voltron, although that would probably lead to a lot of adventures that I don't want. But
The
over ice
toy
cream.
over ice cream. I mean, the actual thing I understand. But like the toy over delicious ice cream.
Yeah, but no one's saying you can't have ice cream again in the future. It's just a choice right now between the toy and ice cream. So take the toy, you have the toy, and then later you can get ice cream.
But you have to pay for it though.
I have to pay for everything. I'm an adult.
But you don't have to pay for the toy.
I mean, if I get it for free, yeah. Yeah, but like the toy is like, I don't know, a lot of money now, and ice cream is not. It was a lot of money back then too.
What if it's really old ice cream?
Vintage ice cream. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
but
still taking. I think I'm gonna take the Voltron.
you get some vintage ice cream, you sell it, and then you get the Voltron toy and some money.
Yeah. So.
You get some really vintage ice cream.
Yuck. Would that just go bad, or would it turn into cheese or something? I don't know. So yeah, so they had this plan, the American company, this whatever I called it, World Entertainment Company, or World Event Productions. So they had this plan. The first season goes really well. Kids like me really love it. They buy the toys from Japan. It's going really well, even though it's a very weird production, as we mentioned. Then they have Vehicle Voltron, and people really hate it because also, not just the fact that the robots are dumb, it's they spent all this time building up the characters, right? Like Pidge and Keith and Hunk and I don't remember the other guy, Lance, and there was one more person. Yeah. But I don't remember. But they spent a lot of time building up those characters, and then the second season, they're gone, and Vehicle Voltron has about like 20 different vehicle parts, so how are you going to remember all of those characters? So people didn't like that, and then they realized that if we want to continue with this, we're going to need more Lion Voltron. So they went to Toei and they said, can you please, like right now, create 20 episodes for us of this show? And they did, but I think there was also problems because they were basing it on like Beast, the Japanese version, so they had to like connect it again, and you know, nobody liked the third season also, and then Voltron kind of went and yeah. So then they wanted to make a movie of Voltron eventually, but the rights for Voltron are really crazy because first of all there are the toys, which is owned by one company, and then there's the Japanese anime, which is owned by one company, and then there's the actual Voltron, which is owned by one company. So if you want to make a movie, you have to pay all of those people like money. But they are going to make a movie with Henry Cavill, and I'm scared of that movie, honestly.
You're scared of the new Voltron movie that I didn't know was coming out?
Yeah. Because, like, first of all, it's only coming out on Amazon, so how could you make a good Voltron movie with streaming services budget?
I don't know.
Because, like...
Amazon has a lot of money, I would say.
Yeah, they have a lot of money, but I think you need to get the robot lions have to look cool. And also, I read a little bit of the summary of the...
Oh, we watched the trailer, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure if we watched the AI trailer or the real trailer, because...
The real
trailer,
I think. Because there is no Voltron action in the trailer.
Yeah, there was no
like
Voltron in the trailer.
They come teased on. It.
They did. And that's what I'm concerned about, that the Voltron will look bad into like a Transformer movie kind of robot, where it should look like an actual kind of robot that's cool and you can make toys from. So I don't know why the only time you brush your hair is during a podcast.
I don't know. It seems like the best time to do it.
Like he's providing a ASMR for our friendly fans. So enjoy it.
Our fans who might exist, but we don't know yet, because we still haven't published the podcast.
Yeah, we have to do a couple of episodes, and then we'll publish it, and we'll see. Yeah, so I'm a little bit scared of that, but so Voltron is great though, because if we ignore the 2 reboots that we didn't watch because no one watched them, and we focus on the reboot that we actually watched the first episode of, there's 8 seasons, so we could watch more and more and more of it. But I think for this purpose, I just wanted to introduce him to Voltron, what the whole thing is. It's much better done, right?
Yeah. I think the writing is better because it definitely makes a better job of introducing the characters. That's what I realized just now when we were naming the characters, that I didn't remember any names of the characters when we went into the first Voltron movie, but when we went into the show and the reboot, it was much easier to remember the characters' names because we actually got an introduction to all of them.
Yeah, I think the reboot series, so Legendary Defender, is kind of what I remembered Voltron being in my imagination. When you're playing Voltron and you're imagining it as your kid, when you're a kid, you're imagining it like that, all of this big mythology and stuff. But when you actually go back and you watch it, I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's not great.
Oh, that's the effect that Star Wars had. When I watched Star Wars for the first time as a kid, I thought that when the Death Star killed the planet of Princess Leia, I think.
Yeah, Alderaan.
The laser looked super realistic to me, but when I watched it again, it was it wasn't that realistic, so.
Yeah, but still, it looks awesome. I mean, maybe we could do Star Wars for the next season, but yeah, I think I'll have a lot to say about practical effects versus CG effects, but yeah, I think that they did a really good job of introducing the characters, and also these lions are mystical things. They're robots, but they're over 10,000 years old, so they gave them a lot of mythology as well, which the American version of the show didn't do in the beginning. The pilots don't have any name, they don't have any role. It's just they start flying the lions and that's it. But in this one, they have to earn the trust of the lions, which is not very hard, it seems. You just have to be thrown out into space.
Come on, I'm bonding with you.
Yeah, that was funny. So Keith had the hardest time. The Red Lion gets kidnapped by Zarkon, and he's put on the ship, so he's trying to rescue the Red Lion, and he's I'm bonding with you. I'm bonding. And then he gets thrown out in space, and the Red Lion eats him, and they bonded, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the lions need to choose you, and then they're not just called pilots, but they're paladins, and paladin is another word for knight, if you didn't know. So it's they're knights and these lions. Lions are their horses. They have some connection there. It's really deep, and they each have these personal weapons that they can create. Bollards, they're called. And in the original, it's just keys. So I don't know what a bollard is, but it sounds a lot better than a key, right?
I don't know. I think they also needed... No, they didn't need keys.
Yeah.
But they did get bollards just for weapons.
Yeah. And so in the reboot, they have a bunch of adventures where they're saving the universe. And I think the last seasons get kind of controversial. I don't know why. I watched the whole thing, but I don't really remember the details. I just remember liking it, but it's not the best series, but it's the best Voltron.
It's the best Voltron.
It's the best Voltron,
I
would say.
didn't watch all of the Voltron.
I mean, there's only 2 other Voltrons. There's the CGI one that no one liked, and then an animated reboot of the CGI one that nobody liked. Well, I'm assuming nobody liked. I never heard of them.
Of the people that liked it?
Of the shows. I didn't hear them. You could see, look, this is you brushing your hair in the audio file.
Yeah, I know.
He never brushes his hair. This is like crazy. So we just need to
Do a podcast
to get you to brush your hair. And he's got like a lot of hair, so you need to brush it.
No, I don't. We're gaslighting you.
I mean, who cares? I mean, no one knows what you look like yet. You're
but-
wearing a hat in the cover art, so.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't exist. I'm invisible.
No, you're the TV.
Or I'm the TV, yeah. Yeah.
They'll never know.
Yeah, so...
Unless the cover art is different. What if we change it in the future for an unknown reason?
Well, then this will be like an artifact of the time the cover art was like that. Yeah, so I really liked Voltron. I still like it. Of course, the first series is a bit nostalgic, but there are really cool parts about it, like when they're going in the lions and the blue lion is underwater and the red lion is in lava and the yellow lion is in the desert and the green lion is in the forest and they have to travel through that. That's really cool. And the animation when they form the robot is awesome. It's like,
yeah, I don't know if they know what this means.
yeah, I'm doing like he did,
Yeah.
where the lions fly up and they form Voltron. Form Voltron, and I'll form the head. Yeah. The one mystery that I don't know because I don't remember is I think Pidge. Hold on. No, I'm not gonna look it up because I'll just keep it a mystery. You can tell us in the comments. Is Pidge in the reboot a girl or a boy? Because
He's a boy.
they referred to him as a boy, but I think later it turns out that it's a girl and that she's hiding the fact that she's a girl for some reason. But I might be completely wrong about
Or
that.
maybe she's no, or
No, I don't
he's
think
trans.
so. Don't think so.
I don't know anything. You think that it's like, why would you hide the fact you're what?
Because a lot of times, I don't know, this is the space future, so maybe it's different, but a lot of times, if you wanted to be in the army, you had to be a boy. So maybe it's the same thing. I don't know.
But Pidge wasn't Pidge was a boy in the original.
Yeah, Pidge was a boy in the original and a very annoying boy who could jump very high, apparently, without any explanation, like super high. And then Pidge, who is short and wearing glasses, sees Princess Allura from, I don't know, half a kilometer away and says something like, "She's very beautiful."
No, she's so beautiful.
She's so beautiful.
And that's like, that's like, not really though. And I'm like,
Yeah, we both said the same thing because I mean, she's a princess, so she's got that going for her. But beauty, not so much. She's just not a dog by any stretch of the imagination. Ooh, that was a mean thing to say.
she's not a dog.
She doesn't look bad, is what I meant. Yeah, so I do know that in the end there's like a gay wedding, and maybe that's the controversy that people don't like. But I think it's a couple of minor characters.
That shouldn't be a controversy.
Are you kidding? Anything like that is a controversy nowadays.
It shouldn't.
Yeah, it should just be a fact of life.
Yeah.
But I think people get really upset by those things, like if they change.
Oh no! They're gay!
Yeah. Yeah, we'll keep that one in.
I like when characters are gay in shows. Be-
Okay. Sorry. Why? Why do you like...
Specifically lesbians.
Do tell. Why?
I don't know. They just have good couples when they're lesbians. Mostly.
That's true. That is true.
I mean, most of the shows that I really like are gay. The gayness.
They're not gay. They have gay people in them.
Yeah, meaning they're gay.
That doesn't make them gay. Like, I think that's the problem with this, like, anti-gay thing, because...
I'm not anti-gay.
You're not
the shows
anti-gay.
are gay because
not
there's gay
anti-gay.
people in them. That's my...
I think people think that, like you said. I don't think you think that. But I think people think that because, but in life there are gay people, right?
Yeah.
So if a show has gay people, that doesn't make the show gay. It makes the show reflective of life,
Yeah, I know. It's like that any time when a show has good gay representation, it's now like nominated because wow, they put gay people and didn't mention the fact that they're gay because it's normal to be gay, so yeah.
It sounded like a critical comment, but
No, that wasn't a critical comment.
Okay.
WhatsApp notification.
Yeah, I got a WhatsApp notification on my computer in the middle of that. But yeah, it's an interesting thing because I think people have big reactions to things, and I think people just, our media makes people mad without thinking about things, because usually people are just flipping through TikTok or whatever and they have like 30 seconds. And you can't really think about a topic in 30 seconds, so it's just basically.
There's 3 minutes. There's like 10 minutes now.
Yeah, I mean there. I mean, I don't have TikTok anymore, but there's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes also of videos. But usually the most popular ones are the 30 seconds, because
Not 60 seconds.
I don't know, but anyway, you can't get like 60 seconds. You can't understand deep topics like that one. And I think also there's other things, like our culture kind of like makes it really hard to tell good stories about not normal people, but like straight people. Because we were talking about, what show was that when we were talking about that there's no...
Star versus?
Yeah, there's no heterosexual and friends between men and women in any shows. So I think when our culture can do that well, then we can like talk about complaining about having gays in like media, because that's dumb, I think.
I don't understand.
So people complain about the fact that there's like a gay wedding in Voltron at the end of Legendary Defender, or they complain. Did you see, what's it called? I think we saw a long time ago.
What?
Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, I don't think we saw it together. I think we saw it separately. But yeah, there's gays.
Yeah,
there.
And it's not even important to the story. It's just that his captain, when he time travels, has a wife, and it's like 2 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. I don't know.
Yeah, but apparently it's not a good movie according to people.
I liked it, and I wouldn't trust people who say movies like that aren't good, because I think...
No, not because there's gay people, just generally the plot. I heard a lot of people saying that it's not good.
Well, what I'm saying is I think that people kind of like I don't know, did you watch this Ghostbusters movie from 2005 or 6 where they're all women?
I did watch like an episode or two at some point.
No, it's like a movie.
Oh, I don't know. I watched a show where there were women, I think.
People really hated that, and they hated that because they're women.
Or maybe I did see a bit of that movie. Maybe is that a show? Is there a show where there are women? No?
I don't know, maybe. There's lots of Ghostbusters stuff.
I don't know, so maybe I saw the movie actually. Like a little bit.
So people really hated that movie, And the reason they hated it is because they were women, 100%. So it's really hard when there's like this big backlash against a movie for gay content or the fact that women exist and they have jobs. And WhatsApp.
Okay, like,
keeps
come
going.
on, that's a little too far. If you say,
That's what's wrong with women being Ghostbusters.
heard a woman speak, went out of the movie theater. Basically.
What?
It's like the mindset they have that heard a woman speak, I'm out of the movie theater.
Yeah, pretty much it is like that because I think they. Oh, that's a fascinating topic too. But to finish my point, I think like people. I went to see that movie with your mom in the cinema, and we were laughing all the time, and people around us were laughing. Everybody was having a good time, and then you read the reviews. Oh no, women are Ghostbusters. It was just a fun, stupid movie, right? But people invested so much in the original Ghostbusters that they're like, they thought it was some kind of feminist thing to push women being Ghostbusters or whatever. So
Was
dumb.
that... Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and that, that's another thing. Like, they didn't want Ghostbusters ever to change because they liked the characters.
It's only one movie. Calm down.
Yeah, exactly. One movie, right?
All of the other Ghostbusters are still a big part of the Ghostbusters brand, so they'll keep making movies with them.
I mean, they're too old. They're older than I am, so they're gonna die soon.
So they're gonna make TV shows with the same characters, get new actors,
Well, I watched an interesting video about that where they were talking about if people like a franchise like Ghostbusters because of the busting ghosts or the characters. And I think probably they like it because of the characters, because it's like a classic movie. So the problem is not necessarily that you replace the characters with all women, but that's what people latched on. It's that you replace the characters and people don't like that about that particular franchise. I think I had a point in the middle of that, although that was an interesting conversation.
Yeah. People should just let people be, and then we would all live in peace and harmony.
Oh, my point was, I think people get caught up on that, although there are so many movies where, there is no gay content, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to watch it. And I think people get mad at that, but they don't get mad at the fact that, like, heterosexual relationships are not, like, portrayed normally in movies. That was my point.
Heterosexual, is that just straight?
Yeah. Like,
what do you mean they're not portrayed normally?
because most movies don't have, and not like every movie needs to have, but I don't know any movie or TV series where men and women are friends and just friends and that's it. Straight men and women, because as we established a few episodes ago, there are like a lot of friends who are gay or bi or whatever.
Yeah, let me think. I don't know, I don't think there is.
Yeah, no, I don't think there is either. I mean, you spend... And also... What?
Dipper and Granda from Gravity Falls.
Which one was Granda?
She was the one with the deep voice.
Which deep voice? Did we watch it?
Yeah. Yeah, she was Mabel's friend. And she had the deep voice.
Oh. Were her and Dipper really friends, though?
I don't know. But that was I was thinking, because he also was in a relationship with the other friend, Candy.
Oh.
So I
Okay.
could.
Yeah, but that's more like, being nice to your girlfriend's friends or your sister's
No,
friends.
no, he actually. I
Was-
don't know. It was a. I didn't enjoy that episode, but we didn't watch it together. So
Yeah, then I was at work and there's this show. Basically, it's one of those stupid Netflix reality shows from a random country where we may or may not be. And there was this is like a legitimate conversation people had at work about this show because it's complicated, but there are characters, they have relationships with each other, whatever, but one of them is gay. Or not gay, but like he's married and then he had a affair, or like he slept with somebody who was the same gender the day of his wedding or before his wedding.
so he's bi or
Yeah.
or no, not and. I need to stop saying that because that would mean he's both bi and pan. But can you be both bi and pan? No, you can just be pan.
Well, I
Because
mean,
pansexual is attracted to all people, basically.
yeah, I don't know. Like I grew up with the term bi, so I don't really know, but so we'll come back to that.
I know a lot of flags. I
Yeah.
know the
So
definitions.
I think as pan, as far as I know, is just attracted to any gender and
Even if they are
trans.
trans and like any sexuality. Basically, they can be, as long as someone is considered hot for them, they're gonna go for it because
Yeah, and bi more classically is like real man, real woman attracted to.
don't say real man. And
Okay,
real-
yeah, sorry, I'm old. Like biological male and female, and but anyway, like yeah, I'm complaining about people being ignorant, and I'm saying ignorant things. But yeah, so basically they were saying at work, you can't. Well, one person is like, oh, you can't be really like bi. It's not a real thing.
It's not a
And
real
then
thing.
another person was like, yeah, it's a real thing, but you're like 20% gay and like 80% heterosexual or whatever. And it's like I don't think anybody having this conversation was actually bi because they would not say something like that. Because I'm sure
Is
that
it really hard to understand that just like you as a straight person are attracted to men, for example? No, like a woman is attracted to a man, can that woman understand that other men have the same thing?
yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
It's like exactly the same. It's just
Yeah, people are just I think what happens, and we got way off of track, but we don't have a lot to talk about with
the
Voltron.
gay episode.
The gay episode. I like Voltron. He's like, with it. But so I think what happens, and I'm going to be serious for a moment, is that I think people really lack the ability to put themselves in other people's mindset. So when they think about sexuality, they think about it from their point of view. So I have a friend who can't imagine the fact that lesbians exist. She can't imagine that because she's not attracted to women, and she doesn't make that connection that other people could be attracted to women and be a woman, right? So I think that's the problem. Like
Yeah,
people,
but I could. That's way easier.
what
I could
could what?
make the connection that
Yeah, but you grew.
women can be.
Yeah, you grew up in a different sort of environment than she
Yeah.
did because she went to church. She goes to church every day, maybe not every
Yeah,
day,
but
but
also
every week.
I'm attracted to women, so it's also easier.
Yeah, but like, can you imagine a guy being attracted to a guy?
Sure.
Yes, well, I think
Do
it's
you? Whatever.
do you, you do you. Yeah, or you do him.
You do. Yeah, you do him.
The episode that gets us cancelled. I don't think this will get us cancelled.
It won't.
It's just a normal conversation you have with your child about sexuality and gayness. Yeah.
And gayness.
So,
I think gay is just attracted to men, and gay isn't actually the name for the sexualities, but people made it. Like, being gay is being attracted to is a man that's attracted to a man,
yes.
and then all of the other things are different, while being gay in general isn't like a woman attracted to a woman, but people generally called people gay, so now it kind of became that.
I don't see your point, but yeah, that's exactly what happened. But, gayness is just like, you have sexuality, and I'm making like a spectrum kind of thing. It's a spectrum. So people believe that heterosexuality is here,
Yeah.
and traditionally it would be like normal.
Yeah.
And then when you move farther away, it gets gayer and gayer.
Yeah.
And it's weirder and weirder, they say.
It's
they
weirder
said.
and weirder.
Yeah.
Who said that?
People.
Who's people?
People way back when.
Who's people way back when?
Traditional people.
Who's traditional people?
I don't know. I don't know these people.
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
No.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't really get your point. Like,
that's just, yeah.
like gay. So
it's not a point. It's just
gay.
fact.
Yeah, gay is like the whole category, and it comes from gay men. It's kind of sexist, yeah, because
the whole it wasn't the whole category, but basically people that were calling people gay generally called even people that weren't gay, like people that were bisexual or other, they called them gay, and now it became the category in general.
Well, I mean, I think it's been a category for a long time, but I see your point. Like if a guy, like I personally would never do my nails because I honestly don't think it looks good on any gender.
Mm.
But don't tell
Don't
anyone in your family that. But
don't tell who that.
Yeah, she likes that, and I'm not gonna rain on her parade, but I don't like it. But there are people who see guys who paint their nails and are like, "Oh my God, you're so gay! Why are you doing that?" And it's just paint, right? That doesn't make you gay or whatever. That's not the definition.
Also, in the comments, if anyone is watching if anyone on this podcast right now is subscribed or not to Danny Mata and is watching him, does he know if he's bi or is he straight? I've got no idea.
What kind of question is that?
I don't know. I need to know. I'm
Well,
pretty sure he's straight.
He knows.
He knows. I can't ask him. I mean, I can comment, but probably maybe someone would respond.
Why do you want to know, though? I'm sure he knows, but why do you want to know?
Because I want to know if he's straight or bi.
Yeah, but
I'm pretty sure he just calls men attractive because they are sometimes. And he also paints his nails, but that's not why I think he...
Well, it could be a sign, it might not be a sign, but I think it's interesting because I would say the problem with our society
Society
is that, like people really care about that kind of stuff, and they shouldn't, because it's like a natural thing that people are attracted to other people, right?
Yeah, but I want to know if he is or not. Is that bad?
It's not bad, but I think the only reason you want to know is because he's kind of famous and he makes YouTube videos. Like, do you think you would want to know about your friends if your friends were gay or bi?
Yeah.
But why?
Because You wouldn't?
I mean, well, not if it doesn't affect me. I mean, if they want to tell me, sure, but like, if it doesn't have any effect on my life, if they're gay or bi, then no. I mean, it's not that I don't want to know, but I don't need to know, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, I want to know.
Okay, curious about life, let's say. All right, wow. We weren't even rambling this time, and it's over an hour already. So I think
We were rambling.
I mean,
we were rambling about gay.
We weren't rambling because we weren't like thinking about different topics.
We just changed the topic to gay.
We just got distracted, that's all. Because of the controversy with I don't even think that's the controversy with the new Voltron. I think it's like some other things that people didn't like. So.
And we started an entire different conversation for 20 minutes.
No, it's interesting. It's interesting. I think it would be interesting to go back, and I wonder, like, when you're my age, what people will think of conversations like this. It'll probably be like, that is such an obvious point of view to have. Or they'll be like, oh, your dad was such a transphobe or whatever. Transphobe. I'm not a transphobe.
All you said is real woman and real man. It's not that bad.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's a little bit rude, I would say, but...
Yeah, I didn't mean...
But then you corrected yourself.
Yeah, I didn't mean that. But, okay. Coming back to Voltron, I really like the idea of Voltron. I really like it. I think it's awesome. I think the first series in the franchise is meh. The second series is very bad. And
because you don't like the robot.
I don't like the robot. That's okay. I can be roboticist. Racist against robots.
Dad. Because in the future, you know what's gonna happen, right?
I'll be arrested by the robots?
Yeah, because the robots will take over, and then they'll hear you on the podcast, and they'll be like, this guy is a robotist. We gotta take him down.
But to be frank, and you can be George.
Okay. Okay, I will.
I think even robots won't like vehicle Force Voltron. Even robots are not going to like that. They're going to be like, oh, that looks stupid. And what's with the helicopter thingies? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, and I think, I think Voltron Legendary Defender, the reboot, is not my favorite show ever, but it does a very good job of creating the mythology of Voltron and kept it alive until now. And I'm afraid for the movie, but if I was going to rate the whole franchise of Voltron, 10 out of 10, but I think that's because I really wanted the toys when I was younger, and it's not actually 10 out of 10, but I can't really be objective. He can be a little bit more objective. How would you rate Voltron?
6.5.
6.5?
I couldn't give it a 7 because sometimes I even give a 7 to the shows I do like, so I couldn't give it too much.
6.5. I'm shocked and crushed, and my heart is broken.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. I was exaggerating for comedic effect, but just a little bit. Yeah. So, if you want to watch Voltron, watch the reboot.
Watch it right now.
Yeah, watch the reboot on Netflix. That's probably the best introduction to Voltron you're gonna get. It's pretty funny. He was laughing a few times, so you'll like it.
We gotta say what the next episode is, but I don't remember. So check the notes.
It's either you have to choose actually.
Oh, it's the. Because it says, does it say Steven Universe?
Yeah, so we were going to do Steven Universe, but he gets mad at me because apparently I have to watch a certain number of episodes to understand it. But
he watched 11.
That was what, an hour? I think if you watch a show for an hour, you can decide if you like it or not.
No.
Yeah.
If it's really long, no, you can't, because there's so many plot points and plot things.
Mm-hmm. So Sorry, I told you. He gets mad if I say I don't like it. But, so yeah. Are we going to do Steven Universe?
No.
I think it would be entertaining for you to be mad at me so much for the audience.
Because you won't watch more.
I'll watch, the beginning,
3 episodes.
Beginning again.
Again? You'll watch the same 11 episodes again, just to remind yourself, and you'll just...
But do you think we were fair with Lion Force, Voltron, Vehicle Voltron, and... do you think we gave them a fair shot?
I think we didn't give the last one a fair shot.
Okay, so you want to do something else? Do you want to think about it? Maybe we'll let...
What did I want to do last time?
You said Hell of a Boss.
But then I said something else, no? I said Gumball.
Gumball, yeah.
We could do Gumball.
Yeah, we can do Gumball. Gumball's fun.
Yeah, so the next episode's gonna be Gumball.
So Gumball, and then Transformers. And I don't know how we're going to do that because...
There's a lot.
There's like 55 different series of Transformers. And he had to whack the microphone.
I whacked the microphone a bunch of times and you didn't notice until now.
Yeah. So we also... So it will be Gumball, Transformers of some sort, and then the Owl House, and that will finish the season. But before we finish the season, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in and downloading and leaving reviews and comments. All of that. Yeah, you can download episodes.
Oh, yeah.
And we also have a Patreon that you can check out in the link.
Special thanks to anyone that is currently listening to this by downloading it and playing it on an airplane. You have a special thanks from me. From me, Jake, of Everything and More, etc. podcast.
Okay. I'm shocked. I don't know why I'm so shocked at that. I mean, it seems like a reasonable thing to be thankful for, but I'm like, oh my god! You like peanut butter! That's an inside joke. Yeah, so I think we have said everything. Oh, and no, I'm not going to ask for that.
For what?
Oh, well, okay, I'll ask. So, if anybody ever finds themselves in the position where they really, really, really love our podcast and it's brought you joy to your life, maybe not this season, but after the next 4 seasons, you could get me as a token of your appreciation a real Voltron toy. Not like the plastic ones, but like the metal ones. That would be
really
awesome. Yeah.
Voltron toy.
Yeah, that would fulfill a lot of childhood things. Yes, also.
Also, if anyone really, really, really likes our podcast, we have some exclusive content just for you. You, specifically.
On our Patreon, yes.
On the airplane. You,
On the airplane.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, we're talking to you. Get me
talking
Voltron.
To you. No. No, the guy...
Jeffrey has Voltron. He has Voltron in his luggage, and he's not giving it to... Yes, of course. Everybody travels with Voltron nowadays.
I thought Jeffrey just got a special thanks, so if someone else needed to give you Voltron.
He got special thanks, so...
You gotta give us Voltron.
Give us Voltron.
If you...
Yeah, I think... Oh, we forgot the most important part for you. So, in the beginning of the original series, and we will finish this episode soon, I promise. In the beginning of the original series, there was this thing where there's a voiceover narration and explains a bit about the mythology of Voltron. And it says something like, The Galactic Alliance was formed with the good planets of the solar system, and we were trying to think what the bad planets of the solar system were.
Mars and Pluto.
Yeah, Pluto's not technically a planet, but maybe it's got some chip on its shoulder because of that, and it's bad.
No, it's like it wants revenge because it got discarded from being a planet.
Yeah.
But it was a planet when Voltron came out, right?
Yeah, but I think people can't hear you when you're walking over there and you're behind the microphone.
Yes, they can. I am going to speak like this right now, and everyone will hear me.
Yeah. I wonder... I think he was present for most of the conversation in front of the microphone, so we'll see. Okay, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you for listening. Next episode will be Gumball. Take care. Bye.
Oh, also, if you get our Patreon,
Bye.
you're a money muffin.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're a money muffin. So thank you to all the money muffins, and goodbye.
Thank you.